If you are finding it difficult to EQ your vocals, then this video is completely for you. At the end of today's video, you're gonna know the mindset behind EQ, the theory behind EQ, and the ranges that you have to pay attention when you are EQing your vocals. And you can apply this in any DAW, whether FL Studio, Cubase, Logic, Pro Tools. You can apply the same idea. Let's do this right after the intro. Yo, the name is Gosa once again, and still the solution carrier, providing solutions to your problems. Hit that subscribe button if you are new to this channel. Turn on the notification bell, like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Hi guys, we are in FL Studio now. I'm gonna show you how to EQ your vocals. I mean how you can actually use EQ like a pro. Alright, so without wasting much of your time, let's listen to this particular vocals together with the beat.
That hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of a dream packed away?
Alright, this is super simple, so I'm gonna loop this section. Now next thing we're gonna do is to route this to the mixer track. Alright, so we're gonna double click on the vocals and we're gonna route it to mixer track 1. Alright, let's solo the vocals alone. Alright, listen.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of a dream packed away?
Now what is EQ? EQ is just a plugin that we use to clean up our vocals. I mean, we say yes, no, or maybe so to certain frequencies in our vocals. I mean, we used to sweep inside the frequencies that we don't want in our mix. And also the same EQ we can use to boost the frequencies that we want more in our mix. All right, so you being the person behind the vocals, deciding what frequency that you want and the frequencies that you don't need in your vocals, and we use this EQ to do that. Now that you understand why we EQ vocals, I'm going to introduce Pro-Q3. Alright, we're going to use the FabFilter Pro-Q3. Alright, so this is the FabFilter Pro-Q3. I'm going to teach you how to use this particular EQs, and you can apply this to any EQ. Alright, the reason why I love using FabFilter is that you can actually see the visuals. I mean the graphics of your vocals. Let me play the vocals for you so that you observe.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no.
So you can actually see here. Now when it comes to EQ, there are some rules that you have to follow. The very first thing that you have to pay attention to is rolling off the lows. When we are recording vocals, the mic picks our room noise. I mean those low frequency background noise, the AC, your fan, and other background noise that you can't actually hear. All right, and the very first thing we need to do is to cut off those unwanted low frequencies. So what you're gonna do is to just put your mouse here and drag this, all right, to give you this icon here, and you're gonna click here, change to high pass. All right, then you can actually click on the band and choose the shape that you want. So I'll go for aggressive like this. And to cut off the lows always ranges from the 50 to the 100 hertz. So if you watch here, you can actually see we have 20, 50, 100. All right, so what you need to do is to play the vocals and roll up this around this 50 to 100 hertz. That's where you mostly detect the low frequency. So let's do that.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words.
Alright, so when you are able to even roll up the lows, your vocals will start even becoming clean. Alright, this is super simple. The trick that I'm gonna tell you is to push this all the way back and start dialing it until you start feeling natural vocals. All right, so let's do that.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original.
All right, so you can actually hear that this is perfect. Now the next range that you have to pay attention is the boominess. This is the range that you mostly hear the booming effect. All right, the fundamental range. And where do you find this boominess or the fundamental range? You can actually find it around the 100 Hz to 300 Hz. I mean from here to this side. So what you need to do is to create another band like this, and we're going to make it sharp by dragging this so that it will be more tight. All right, and we're going to check around this 100 to 300 range where we will be hearing the booming effect. All right, so let's do that.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of old dream packed away? I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before.
Alright, so guys, you can actually hear the boominess at this range. Alright, so we're going to make it tight like this, and we're going to cut off this frequency by dragging this all the way down like this. And make sure you don't cut much. When you are doing surgical EQ, don't cut much. Alright, so about negative 3 dB, negative 4 dB is cool.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before.
So let's listen to the vocals without the EQ and with the EQ. So this one without the EQ, listen.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original.
And with the EQ, let's listen.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original.
Now you can actually hear the vocals is being cleaned up. All right, our vocals is now sounding good a little bit. The next range that you have to pay attention is the boxiness, where you mostly sound like the artist is in a box talking. All right, and this range is from the 350 to 600 Hz. Alright, so 350 to 600 Hz will fall here. From this range to this particular range before the 1K is where we mostly hear that boxiness. So we're gonna also sweep that area. Just create another band like this, and we're gonna make it tight like this and check.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of old dream packed?
Alright, so guys, you can actually hear it around this place. We're gonna make it tight by dragging this, and we're gonna cut off a little bit like this, and always let this one follow a particular pattern. You can actually see that we cut off the boominess negative 3 dB, so this boxiness should be around negative 2 dB like this. Don't cut too much. All right, the next range is the nasally range, where our vocals sound like we were singing through our nose. All right, and where do we find this nasally range? It's from the 1K to 4K range. All right, from this 1K to 4K range around here, we're going to create another band like this, and we're gonna check around 1K to 4K range. All right, let's do that.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of old dream packed away? I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No notes, no words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of a dream packed away?
Alright, so around this place, and I'm gonna make it more tighter like this, and we're gonna cut some of the frequencies about negative 2.9 dB. Alright, now you can actually see the next range that you have to pay attention is the whistling range, where we sound like whistling. Alright, you can also cut off that particular area. So let's create another band and play around.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just wanna be original.
So guys, you can actually hear that. We're gonna make this one tight and just cut off some of that particular frequency. This is super simple like that. Now let's bypass the EQ.
I wanna sing a song.
This is without EQ.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before.
And this is with the EQ. Listen.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just one.
Alright, I want you to use good headset and monitors so that you can actually hear the difference. Now, after doing this surgical EQ, taking off unwanted frequencies, the part that we can actually add to our vocals so that these vocals will gain brightness or make interesting is the brightness or the air range, where we brighten up our vocals, and we can actually find it around the 10k to the 20k hertz. Alright, so what you need to do is to draw another band like this. Alright, this is where we brighten up the vocals, add fresh air and brightness to our vocals. So I'm gonna exaggerate things. Let's raise this up and you can hear.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before.
So you can actually hear that we are adding more of the highs.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound.
So this is super simple.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just wanna be original.
So without the EQ, listen.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of a dream packed away?
And with the EQ,
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of a dream?
so I'm gonna add the auto tune and the reverb. Listen.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of a dream packed away?
Alright, so now let's add the beat. This is without EQ.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of a dream packed away?
And this is with the EQ. Now listen, use good headset and monitors to hear the difference.
I wanna sing a song that hasn't been heard before. No, it's new words, just wanna be original. People have their own sound. Where'd it come from? Was it found in a suitcase of a dream packed away?
Now that you know how to EQ vocals, how do you use auto tune? Then watch the next video that will pop up on the screen. The name is Godside. Give the video a like. See you in the next video. Stay blessed.